Hello everybody, my name is Connor and I am here with another Purple Luffy game. I feel really confident about how I play this game. I feel like this is perfection. And of course, if I'm wrong and this isn't perfection, feel free to let me know down below. That's the whole reason I started this channel, is to hear feedback and learn. And from doing this channel for like a month, I have already learned so much. So turn 2 here for us. We get to 3 Dawn, use Luffy ability to ramp, get to 4, drop Bond Clay, get to 5 Dawn on turn 2, which is kind of nuts when you say that out loud, and swing 6 at lead. I'm absolutely loving this Purple Luffy deck. It was a little rough this tournament, and the other tournament I played, I think I just kind of had some bad matchups, but I didn't record anything from the last tournament I played with it, just because there were no games that really presented itself with a good opportunity to record. So today, when this video goes up today, I'll be heading to a tournament, and then I should be posting videos from that, and yeah, so might be time to play a new deck, might go back to Purple Yellow Croc. Let me know what you guys want. I mean, don't twist my arm, I would absolutely hate to play Purple Yellow Croc again. But our opponent drops Nekomamushi, swings 5, we counter out with the Banished Zoro, which we have 3 in our deck, and we've seen all 3 of them in our opening hand, so that's good, I think. But I am just trying to decide what I want to drop here. The Banished Zoro is nice because, you know, while Yamato is a green-yellow, they are a yellow deck. But I go ahead and swing 6 at life, copying Nekomamushi's 5 for Bond Clay. And I tapped the 5. I am going to drop, at this point, Magellan, most likely. And then I swing another 6 with Luffy, after they take the initial Bond Clay hit, I believe. And then they counter out with Izo. And we tap 5, and we drop Magellan to minus a Dawn. I really like Magellan. Playing with Magellan has proven to be so much fun for me. And I know that in Purple Yellow Croc, for instance, some people run Magellan because you can Okama way into Magellan. And I am tempted to give that a go. I know I've built a couple Purple Yellow Croc variants because I will be doing a deck profile on that. Hopefully that'll go up tomorrow. Work has been just very exhausting this week. But my opponent goes ahead and drops the Momonosuke blocker, putting Nekomamushi in his life. He didn't swing with Nekomamushi, which I thought was kind of odd, but my opponent is somewhat new to his deck. So I think he was trying to just kind of feel it out, and, you know, these are things that the more you play a deck, the more you play the game, the more they make sense. I know my opponent's been playing for a bit, but he's only been playing Katakuri, so, you know, a new deck is a wild thing. But we draw for turn, and we top deck the Queen, which is honestly, that's great. I love Queen. Having him in this deck, especially, like in any purple deck, I love Queen, but in this deck, it feels so strong to me. And I'm not really sure why, but with Bond Clay, we end up swinging 7, copying the Momonosuke to get us to 6, and then the Dawn makes us 7. And then I have 1 more extra Dawn from, you know, the 5, or 2 more extra Dawn from the 5 I want to play. So I'm trying to decide if I want to swing 5 or like if I want to swing 7, 6. But I decide 6, 7. So I swing 6 with Magellan, and my opponent is trying to decide if he wants to counter out, block, or take. I know my opponent didn't swing Nekomamushi last turn. Definitely think he should have swung Nekomamushi before playing Momonosuke, but with that mechanic, I know I do that type of stuff all the time. I'm still working on play order. That's, I think, one of the bigger things that I need to work on is my play order, and I know you guys have kind of helped me with that. So I have 5. I swing 7 with Luffy. to just kind of see what they want to do, if they want to use blocker. They end up taking that too, so that works great for me. And we drop queen minus a Dawn, and we draw 2. And we trash. It's kind of hard. I don't want to trash Kaido at this point, and I'm thinking about Polly, but Polly's just... I just like Polly. And even though Polly's not a counter card, I feel like I have enough counters, so I do end up dropping Bon Clay. And I have the queen blocker now, so I'm feeling pretty good about what we have. And my opponent hasn't really put a lot of pressure on us, and we've been able to kind of rush them hard. I mean, you guys can see the timestamp. This is a quick game. But he drops the Momonosuke Searcher, and he searches top 5 of his deck. And he's gonna pick something. He picks the Hiyori, and he is just seeing how he wants to put the cards back or what he wants to do. And yeah, so he drops Hiyori, which is a bit of a pain in the butt, and he ends up playing out Hiyori. And he's already down at 1 life. Wow. Yeah, we've been definitely putting a lot of pressure onto him with, I mean, just the entirety of our everything we got, really. But he does have a lot of cards in hand, so while I potentially have enough to go for lethal next turn with Kaido, yeah, so he ends up putting Banish on Yamato and attaching a Dawn and swinging 6 double attack. And I block with Queen, and which puts me at 6, and then give a Queen to 7k out. I want to keep Queen up because I can use Queen as another swing if I need to. But I mean, I just like being able to have Queen, and I'm feeling, I got Kaido basically opening hand. So also, I'm sorry about the dog tags jingling. I always mean to take their collars off, but I always forget. So we are at 9 Dawn, we are at 9 Dawn, and I could ramp to go to 10 after dropping Kaido, or I could do it before, but I end up just dropping the 9, and I KO Momonosuke. I don't know if it would have been better to swing with Bon Clay and then KO Momonosuke. I don't know if that matters particularly, because now Bon Clay can't really swing. He doesn't have anything of decent size to copy. But I go ahead and swing the Magellan for 6 at lead. He counters out. I swing the 10 and my opponent takes it, so my opponent's at 0 life. And I go 5 into life, and he goes ahead and counters out with, I can't tell what that card is from here. And yeah, so my opponent has no life. We still have our 4 life. The only reason we lost is because we took 1 to ramp, and my opponent has a pretty large hand, so I'm trying to not play too recklessly. Like, I could have swung with Queen, but I wasn't sure what he was gonna drop, and I feel like it's safer for me to go in next turn. So he ends up putting the Hiyori into his life. He uses a Dawn to search with Momonosuke, and I'm thinking my best bet is to go Bon Clay 7, 7 with Bon Clay, 7 with Kaido, and then 10 maybe. But my opponent does pick up the other another blocker, and so I kind of have to figure out what I want to do with that, because I assume at this point he was going to drop that blocker. He swings the 5 at lead, and I banish Zoro out of it. So really happy we had the banished Zoros in our hand. They ended up working. They're I think playing against a more like yellow deck, they might have been a little more useful, or something I would have used more. But my opponent does end up swinging with Nami, or the Onami, which kind of catches me off guard. But we counter out with the ulti, and we get to he passes turn. So we are on our turn, our Dawn. We get to Dawn, and yeah, at this point it is trying to figure out how best to play this, because now he has 1 life as well as a blocker and a decent amount of cards in his hand. So I'm thinking Bon Clay first, swing with 7 to get over the blocker if we need to, copying the Momonosuke 6. I'm honestly surprised that they let my Bon Clay stay as long as they did. But we then swing 7 with Magellan, just kind of making it hard for him to counter out. He gives us 2 cards there. And I'm thinking, so he's got a blocker and cards in hand. So I swing with Luffy. I swing a good amount. And I swing with Luffy. He blocks. And then we get the win with Kaido. So ultimately a pretty short match, pretty fast match, but I feel like I really got everything I could have wanted in that turn. So yeah, honestly, I feel really good about that game. It was fun. I really am liking the purple Luffy deck. I didn't get much. I think I mentioned I didn't get much on the Thursday tournament like I usually do. But I'm going to a tournament with purple Luffy the day that this video goes up. And then after that, if you guys want me to play a different leader, you want me to go back to purple yellow Croc, stay on purple Luffy, let me know. I know OP07 comes out in a bit, and I have plans to play Lucci. I have the Lucci deck together. Just need the stuff from OP07. But I am getting a lot of hours cut at work, so I may not be able to afford the Lucci deck when it comes out. But I will be. I want to play Boa. I want to play Bonnie. I think I have a lot of stuff for Bonnie. So yeah, just let me know what decks you guys want to see me do. We could always go back to purple, red, purple Law. But I mean, I'm down to play anything. I do want to revisit red, yellow Sabo at some point. But yeah, just let me know. I'm interested to know what you guys want to see me play. I'm interested mostly because I don't really know what I want to play. There's so much I want to try. I just picked up the Garp leader. I want to play that so bad. But I will stop talking because the video is over. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked this video, hit that like button down below. It helps me out more than you could ever know. Go ahead and subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next video. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.